Namaskar Mitro. Today I am going to talk about planet Mars. But before I start, I want to explain you all. In my previous videos, there were few people who told me what is the difference between a weak and a malefic planet. I'll explain you all with a short story. I had two students. One was weak and one was malefic. Now I trained them. For an example, those students, I took their classes. At the time of exam, the weak student didn't give me the expected marks. He is very slow in learning. He didn't give me the expected marks. Okay? What about the malefic one? For sure, he didn't give me the expected marks. But he went outside and he utilized that knowledge for negative aspect of his life. So, a malefic planet actually is a weak planet which doesn't give the desired results, but in turn it gives the negative results as well. It shows the negative part as well of its own personality. That is the difference between a weak and a malefic planet. Okay? Now I'm going to start this video, but before I start, I'm going to say you all that there will be few terms which some people will not be comfortable with it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. My point here is to tell you all the complete truth, convey my message clearly, and I hope the message reaches to the particular recipient who is suffering and they get a practical solution done into their life, also with the spiritual solutions that I provide. My point here is that not for those recipients who do not know astrology but can gauge their life based on symptoms and try the solutions. After all, we have a mind which we can use it for our advantage and also for our disadvantage. So let's start the video. Planet Mars, if it's weak in particular recipient's birth chart, that particular recipient, first of all, planet Mars is associated with self-confidence, capability, self-capability, self-esteem. It's related with anger. It's related with leadership quality. It's related with the ones wherein those careers where you go outcry than others, like in the sense like you go in army, you go in bungee jumping, you go in trekking, you go somewhere where it's extraordinary. Okay, planet Mars is associated with it. Let's see the other side of it, where it goes weak. We are going to talk about when planet Mars is weak. Okay, that particular recipient will have a lot of sexual urges. In the sense, it will be swift in behavior. They would always see a living object or a non-living object as a sexual pleasure. The mind will be trained, or I can say a slave of sex, totally in mind. It will be totally in a way that it's completely destroyed based on sexual urges. Planet Mars is the only planet in whole of astrology of all the 9 planets that can give you animal characteristics in your behavior. It can make you a good human being. It can also make you a human being which has animal traits. Okay, now to go more in depth, guys, see, in this case the tendency of the mind and the heart will be totally dedicated towards sexual urges, and it makes the person attract to the other gender, in case of a love affair, more towards the physical aspect. The physical attraction will be more. They will always try to make relationship based on physical attraction, not on emotional attachment. Now, for an example, planet Mars is also the ruling planet for love marriages. In case if the recipient has a weak planet Mars, the marriage will be delayed, or if it happens, there will be a lot of struggles. In the sense, When a person is attracted by physical attraction, the attraction will last for few years. After that, that person will start looking in for another partner, or will stay away from their partner separately, and they will find some sexual partners or get second marriage done without even information, or also they have an habit of desocializing them from the closed ones and create a new circle which is negative, completely negative, which will increase the animal traits in them, like criminal activities, like kind of sexual activities, any kind of addiction, smoking, drinking, drugs. Okay, so that these are our animal traits. See, when I say animal traits, what differentiates between an animal and a human being? We have senses, we entertain our senses, or we have pleasures for our senses. Every human being has. But if a human being is alive only for the pleasure of their senses, is an animal. And a person who dedicates his life for knowledge, science, seeking truth, finding God, doing good to others, doing social service, or else improving his own lifestyle, that is what makes a difference between an animal and a human being. Okay, so guys, do not take it to be Mangli and Manglik. These two are two different things in astrology. I'm not going to talk on that. It's a huge topic altogether. But just remember that Mangli and Manglik are two different things. Okay. So coming back to the topic. When this kind of people have marriage going on, like if they have a weak planet Mars and they are married, in their married life, they will have ego clashes, immature behavior, anger management issues. Okay, there will be lot of struggles related to the mindset of the family members. There will be no bonding between the family members and all. Okay, because it's all based on physical attraction, guys. That's what it does. Okay, so in this case, the family member deludes himself from the family members, others who has a weak planet Mars, or else start staying separately. They will create their own circles, as I have told you all. Okay, but they will always have an immature behavior, and mostly, if I say the struggles, if these are things are not shown in the marriages, then in-laws, the involvement of in-laws will be more. Any kind of emotional, physical, verbal, sexual harassment will be involved towards the other partner. Okay, now planet Mars is also the ruler of siblings, your brothers, your sisters, your friends. Think about, if you have a good planet Mars, you will have good relationships with your siblings, you will have good relationships with your friends, your circle will be good, you will be famous among your friends, right? Or else you have a supportive friend circle. What about the negative aspect? You will have bad relationships with your siblings. They will not be interested in communicating with you, or they will not find an attachment with you, or they will not support you at the time of need. Also, there are chances that you will have friend circle which increase your animal traits, as I told you earlier. Okay. Now coming back to the behavioral part, guys, these kind of people who have a weak planet Mars, they are always having anger management issues. Always. They will be angry, they will be immature in expressing themselves, and they will have a lot of emotions at one moment. Okay, out of which anger is the topmost emotion which overpowers others. So they will have an overpowering attitude as well. They will try to overpower others. They'll try to create fear for others. They'll try to rule the surroundings through their fear. They will try to create that overpowering kind of nature. Okay. They will always be in a rush of things. In the sense, if you talk about army generals, okay, they're also in a rush at the time of emergency. But they have foresightedness, in the sense farsightedness. They would see what would happen if I do this activity and what will be the repercussions in the next few hours or next few days. So they have far-sightedness, they have foresightedness in the sense, and they are quick in their decisions, okay, and they have precision in their decisions, right? Now if I talk about weak planet Mars, they will be having short-sightedness, they will be always wrong in their decisions, and they will not listen to others, be it whatever they have to do even if their decision is wrong. And these kind of recipients have a habit of urgency. They will be always in a rush. Even if they are watching this video, they would go to the end where solutions would be there. They will not even listen to the explanation. They'll go to the solutions, they will listen to the solutions, close the video and go. Okay, these kind of behaviors would be there. Okay, at the same time, they will not, they know that this thing is going to be wrong, this is actually wrong, still they will do it. They will not have that inner morality, or you can say inner consciousness, wherein they will stop themselves from doing that or correct themselves before doing it. They will not have that thing coming in. At the same time, guys, you have to actually minutely observe the combination of other planets. If planet Mars is weak, in few cases it gives criminal behaviors as well, it gives shrewd behavior as well, it gives addiction behavior as well, or cruel intentions. They will be always conspiring about others, how to degrade their fame, name, or how to degrade his life, how to destroy his relationship, or how to socially disregard that person, how to denigrate his impression. These kind of things will be there. There will be a lot of darkness inside them, guys, okay, and you can find through their personality. There will be a lot of darkness. There are few people whom you meet, even if you go near them, you will feel uncomfortable. That's their aura. That uncomfortable aura is these weak planet Mars people. And as I told you all, animal characteristics will be more in them, okay. See, planet Mars is the judge for bonding and compulsions in life, okay. So for an example, I'll tell you something, guys, a very good example I'll tell you. Lord Hanuman is a perfect example of planet Mars. He had courage, he had anger, he had the self-confidence, he had the self-esteem. He was socially so good that he gained the confidence by destroying Bali and brought the army of Sugriv along to help Lord Ram, okay. He had the confidence, or he had that foresightedness that before Mahabharata Yudh, he broke the arrogance and ego of the 5 Pandavas just to teach them a lesson. Always and always, guys, I'm telling you, if you find these symptoms in your life or somebody else, show this video. I'm telling that always make one of the person as your ideal, as I generally do this, that what if in this circumstances my God was there, how would he react? I always think in that way and try to control the situation, okay. As I told you, guys, again I'll repeat this point, please listen to it carefully. Planet Mars is also the ruler of willpower, confidence, competitive behavior, dedication, workaholic nature, daring, realistic approach, target of life, and leading traits, physical strength. The people who go for gym, they are generally increasing, or they are giving power to their planet Mars. When you go to gym, when you do any kind of physical activity, they transform their body. That's all planet Mars. That's a good planet Mars. That's a symptom of a good planet Mars. On the financial part, guys, What does planet Mars do? If it's in combination with Saturn and Rahu, and the planet Mars is weak, the recipient has loans issue, police cases, court cases. Okay, a person would be able to create property, or if property is there, it will be sold. He wouldn't be able to create a property of his own, or else if property is there, it will be sold or it will be stuck in court cases. Okay, planet Mars is the lord for vehicle. So if your planet Mars is weak, most probably accidental issues will be there, which are commonly seen. Accidental issues, your vehicle goes bad most of the times. Okay, you're spending a lot of money on your vehicle for renovation and everything. Diseases related to planet Mars. See, planet Mars in solar system, if you see, it's a ball of fire, high temperature, right? Diseases, pimples, acne, boils, all types of anemia, low hemoglobin, RBC, hemophilia, tuberculosis, bone marrow, any type of autoimmune disorders, copper immunity deficiency disorders. Okay, malaria, dengue. Okay, chronic muscle pain, any type of neuromuscular disorder. These all disorders are caused due to temperature issues in body. Any kind of temperature regulation, planet Mars. I told you planet Mars is a high temperature planet. Okay, tumor, cyst, ulcer, STDs, urine infections, cardiovascular problems, BP, especially BP is very common, arthritis, shoulder and bones cracking, shoulder jam and bones cracking, broken limbs, hemorrhoids, especially mental issues would be irritation, trauma, PTSD. In women it is menstrual disorders will be there, PCOS, PCOD. Okay, complications in pregnancy would be there, abortions and miscarriages. Again guys, this is all related to heat in body. Okay, the solutions part. First of all, stop eating foods that increase the temperature of your body, non-veg foods, junk foods. Okay, increase the foods that increase the immunity in your body. Include those foods in your diet which increase the immunity in your body, like any kind of fruits, any kind of superfoods, the seeds, chia seeds, sabja seeds. Okay, these kind of seeds, include that in your diet. It is very good for your health. Okay, reduce your anger. I will say always, it's very tough guys to reduce your anger, but I was also one of the person who had a very short tempered kind of person. So what I did, I channelized my anger. How? See, I'm a person who does very less physical activity, but I do a lot of mental activity by playing chess, by learning new things and all. So what I do is that whenever I get short temper, I generally observe that the other person does a mistake and I feel angry. So I used to put my words in such a way that I'll make the other person realize that he has done a mistake. So that is one of the ways that you can channelize your anger. Okay, reduce your arguments. These people are generally into arguments which are not related to them, which are actually not related. They will always sit and decide whether Modi is good or Congress is good and all. Does it really matters to you? No. So stop that argument. Avoid yourself from any kind of arguments which are not related to you. Learn to listen. Listen carefully. These people have a very, I told you all, right? They are the ones who are always in a rush. They will have lack of patience. Okay, first of all, be a good listener. Then try to comprehend that and answer to it. Okay, include modesty in behavior, thoughts and verbal. See, generally planet Mars people, as I told you all, have anger management issues. So what happens in anger? We generally say words, or generally we frame some lines which hurts people. So use verbiages which are civilized, which are professional, and which doesn't hurts the people. There is a way to always convey your emotions by the choice of words which defines your class. Okay, so always change those words and verbiages. See, always have this habit of stop overpowering others. Accept the people as they are. Accept the people as they are. Don't overpower them. Don't try to make your own replica of them. If you are right, just be tight. There should be always a positive release of aggression, as I've told you all earlier. Increase the flexibility of thoughts and physical flexibility as well. See, our house, our body is a physical representation of our subconscious mind. So always try to include new thoughts, read books, read the thoughts of great people, read Upanishads wherein the sages have told something good. It will change the way you think take the things. It is actually like you will include a lot of thoughts, a lot of different thoughts, and you will start thinking about out of the box things. Okay, try to be loyal to your partner. Try to discuss your issues with your partner. Spend some time in 24 hours along with your partner. That should be only you and your partner. Okay, never over release your sexual urges via negative favors. That happens in offices, guys. This is for you all. I don't have to explain this. It's very easy. Be away from meat, drugs, smoking, drinking, exploitation, and ill circles. So as I discussed about planet Mars, that it would affect your financial life as well, like loans issue and all. It also affects the stock market, the money in the stock market as well. If planet Mars is good, those people get huge benefits. But the planet Mars, when it is weak or malefic, the recipients generally incur a lot of loss in stock market. So I would say that stop investing in stocks. And if you are investing in stocks, if you have a long experience, better to consult with an astrologer and invest less in stocks, less amount in stocks. Okay. Be careful while traveling by bike. If possible, use the public transport. That's much better. Okay. So, see, I'll tell you something. If you don't do the practical aspects of solutions and you try to do the spiritual aspects only, you are closing one eye and then watching the world. You have to do the practical changes in your life as well while doing the spiritual. It will give you an internal moral boost. It will give you a positive vibe to perform those changes more and more. Okay, and you will also see the results as well. So the spiritual solutions are worship to Lord Sun. In my previous video, I have told how to worship Lord Sun. They can watch the video. Read Hanuman Chalisa. Guys, I'll tell you something. This is a miraculous changes when you try to change your planet Mars and the malefic effects of planet Saturn. Hanuman Chalisa works wonders. I would say that they should read thrice every day Hanuman Chalisa at one go. It shouldn't be like one now in the afternoon, then in the evening. No, at one go. And it works very well when you take a bath and then you recite Hanuman Chalisa. It is the most powerful at that time. Okay. On a Tuesday, wear a copper ring on your ring finger for planet Mars. Okay. Can keep a personal made, like the name should be written on a silver strip and keep it in your pocket. Your name should be there in that strip. Okay. Can also donate red pulses, which we say masoor dal, okay, brown gram, desi chana, and jaggery, that is good, to temple on a Tuesday. It works. These all are spiritual solutions, guys. Guys, this video got longer because we have discussed a lot about planet Mars and its malefic effects in a recipient's life. I hope this video adds value to your life and to your time as well. Thank you so much.